We met right here. It was dark that night.
Anthony LaFleur was the undercover informant who brought down the criminals running the village of Allerton.
No comment.
Mayor Randy McCallum.
Was the mayor a drug dealer?
Yes.
Police Chief Michael Baxton.
Was the police chief a crook?
Yes.
And Street Superintendent Ronnie Cummings.
He said he was going to wrap up a gun to shoot and kill someone.
All three of them owe their prison time to the moments they spent caught on tape with LaFleur.
He was the key. He was the critical witness that we needed. He was the insider who was willing to work for the good of all of us.
Allerton is on the southeast side of East St. Louis, the poorest and most violent city in America. With a population of just 2,000 residents, hardly any tax base, and a long history of corruption, Allerton is always ripe for abuse, especially by the people who control it. But in recent years, the corruption in Allerton had become deeper and wider than ever, and it would take a unique effort to end it.
Being honest in a corrupt department is difficult. Just like being an outsider.
LaFleur began secretly gathering information for federal agents in October 2009, not long after he says McCallum made LaFleur give him his first paycheck in exchange for LaFleur getting hired as an Allerton cop. LaFleur had been a troubled kid from Allerton. He had been close to McCallum, so he had street cred, especially with the mayor.
I had his total trust.
Why do you think the mayor trusted you?
I was down and out, needed some money. He thought he could persuade me to commit illegal activities.
The first target of the investigation was Mayor McCallum.
When you get ready, let's go.
In a series of meetings in the summer of 2011, McCallum told LaFleur to steal drugs and cash from suspects, and they would share the profits. LaFleur says McCallum used some of the officers to target competing drug dealers so the mayor could eventually gain total control of the local drug market.
He was the dictator. What he say goes. You know, he was John Gotti.
The mayor?
Yes.
The mayor saw himself as a mafia boss of this community.
Correct.
McCallum proved it while he was under surveillance. With LaFleur as the informant, federal investigators caught the mayor accepting cash and what the mayor believed to be crack cocaine. But McCallum wanted a bigger score, insisting in a series of secretly taped conversations that he wanted to hit the mother lode.
Damn right.
And make LaFleur famous.
Well, see, you're going to get that mother lode. That's my you stay top of the line, I'm going to make you famous out here. So never say nothing to nobody. This is our thing, man. Nobody. Nobody.
LaFleur was nervous, but he says federal agents walked him through every step, including attaching and repeatedly testing the recording devices until he felt comfortable doing it without them.
I was a little nervous, but they walked me through it. And after that, I was like Mark McGwire hitting a home run after that, you know.
Not that tough.
It was just, you know, go along with the flow.
A few months after getting McCallum, LaFleur put the hidden video camera on again, this time in the bathroom of the Flying J truck stop just 2 miles from the Allerton Police Department. After putting on the gear, LaFleur walked past the coffee pots and soda machines, got in his marked Allerton police car,
Sitcom Allerton 2013.
called the police dispatcher, and reported an abandoned vehicle.
2013, go ahead.
I was just flagged down by a pedestrian. They advised that there is going to be an abandoned vehicle over on Lakewood. I'm going to check it out.
2013, 10-4.
A few minutes later, he reports the license plate to the dispatcher.
It's going to be out of Illinois.
Police Chief Michael Baxton arrives quickly, and as proof that LaFleur is no longer nervous, he laughs and cracks jokes with the target of the investigation.
Crazy, man.
Baxton falls for the bait. He calls the Columbia Police Department, which identifies the car as stolen, which means it's evidence in a criminal case.
I think that's the key on the seat over there.
Baxton tells LaFleur to get gloves.
Hey, get your gloves on and open the trunk.
Okay.
It's obviously 60.
Before LaFleur and Baxton arrived at the car, the FBI put 5 Xbox 360 video game consoles in the trunk. The total value of the gaming systems was around $1,500. They were put there to see if Baxton would steal them, and the police chief took the bait.
All right, Joe. Thank you. Hold on, wait till that car pass. Okay, go ahead. You live at? Right at home. All right. You open your Hey,
What were you thinking when all this is going on?
My honest opinion,
Yeah.
I got him.
Weeks after committing that crime, Baxton was hired as the police chief of East St. Louis, where he was chief years earlier until being forced out of his job. LaFleur told me Baxton bragged about how easy it was to steal cash and drugs in East St. Louis.
He promised me that he was going to hire me as an East St. Louis police officer, and we'll be a millionaire within a year.
But LaFleur stayed in Allerton and continued collecting evidence for federal agents. Street Superintendent Ronnie Cummings was the next target. Cummings was prohibited from owning a gun because he was a convicted felon. On January 4, 2012, 3 months after nabbing Chief Baxton, LaFleur came to Cummings' home and recorded him asking for an extended clip of bullets for his semi-automatic gun.
Can I get an extended clip on a gun like that? Probably not. Let's see. I pay for that. Oh my gun, hold on, I can't.
Then LaFleur recorded Cummings saying he would wrap a bag around the gun so it would catch the shell casings, eliminating evidence that police could trace back to him.
I'm gonna have the pistol in the bag. I'm gonna have the shell casings falling in the bag.
It's unclear what, if any, crime Cummings planned to commit.
How bad was it?
It was about as bad as you could get. I mean, if you take a city and you look at every level, from the mayor's office to the police chiefs to the street superintendents, I mean, where does the corruption stop?
U.S. Attorney Steve Wigington says the evidence collected by LaFleur was critical in the corruption cases against the crooks that had turned the village government into a criminal enterprise.
He's a hero in my book. He agreed to voluntarily put himself in harm's way.
Today, Anthony LaFleur is back in Allerton, patrolling the streets he helped clean up, driving the same car once used by the crooked mayor he helped put behind bars.
So why are you coming forward?
Well, I'm coming forward because I believe that if I could come forward and share my story, then hopefully it would inspire others, officers and people in the community to come forward.
And cooperate with police?
Yes.
And put the crooks in prison?
Correct.